welcome to IndianExpress.com. The rift within the Samajwadi Party seems to be out in the open, and it seems that the party is virtually split into two factions. One which is headed by the Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav and those backing his uncle Shivpal Yadav. I am joined by my colleague Amrit, who will discuss these developments further and its impact it will have on the UP polls. Amrit, first of all, what do you think this rift means to the Samajwadi Party and its impact on the upcoming UP polls?
With elections just round the corner, it's likely to have a major impact on the party.
Okay.
Because if you look at it, I mean, in 2000, the last election, Mulayam Singh, who's the founder of the Samajwadi Party, had made this very conscious decision that there is going to be a transition in this leadership and Akhilesh will lead the SP in the next few years. And we saw that that's the reason why he led the campaign in the last election, which was effective. He became the chief minister and he's been the CM all these years. But there seems to be the old guard, which especially Shivpal Yadav and people around him seems to be finding it difficult to accept this transition.
Okay.
So what really could happen is, now Akhilesh is the transition figure at one level. He's also the bridge between the core Samajwadi Party voter and the non-core voter, which will include the youth, the non-socialist segments of UP society, which the women might be included in that. So for a party to win an election, you need both this core vote and the non-core vote. So if you don't have Akhilesh Yadav, you might have a situation where the organization might stay with Mulayam and Shivpal. It might not be able to attract the non-core voters, the youth, the women voters, etc.
Right, so Amrit, in that case, which political parties do you think are likely to benefit more out of this rift that is out in the open?
See, if we go by the 2014 Lok Sabha results, BJP seems to be the number one party in UP now because it had 42%, nearly 42% vote share. We don't know whether this 42% vote share will stay together because the conditions in which the Lok Sabha election happened was very different. Assembly elections have their own logic, but still it seems to have built a broad-based this thing. So naturally, the anti-BJP vote, which would have gone either to Samajwadi Party or to BSP, that's now likely to coalesce around BSP. So BSP, I think, might be the gainer if Samajwadi vote gets divided, I think.
Okay, so according to you, BSP or Mayawati is going to be the biggest gainer as far as this rift is concerned. But
partly because the core vote of Samajwadi Party includes Muslims, so there could be a Muslim vote consolidation in favor of BSP and some towards Congress, perhaps.
Right. To understand this entire SP crisis further, we've seen many such historical examples in the past. Can you throw some light on such incidents that have happened in the past, which kind of highlight this crisis that SP is going through right now?
Yeah, it's also an indication of the certain kind of immaturity in Indian democracy. Because if you look at it, many of these regional parties, which may have born out of social movements or political movements with one particular agenda, triggering around one particular leader, many of these parties have failed to make this transition smoothly from one generation or from one leader to the next. Shiv Sena, after Bal Thackeray, the whole fight was between the son or the nephew, who will inherit the mantle. You've seen that in DMK. You saw that in Telugu Desam Party, which was founded by N.T. Ramarao. Then it became a split between Chandrababu Naidu, who was his son-in-law, and his wife, NTR's wife. So all these parties had this problem. So there is a certain kind of refusal, rather than refusal, this is the inability of this party perhaps to make this transition on the basis of an ideology. And invariably it seems that a party, the transition has to be from within the leader's outfit, which seems to be the case with Socialist SP. SP is part of the old Lohiyai tradition, which had a huge number of leaders, very tall leaders, and it was never a family enterprise. But under Mulayam, SP has been reduced to that. You will see the same pattern in RJD, again a party which had its roots in socialist movement, JP movement, etc. There is no reason why these leaders have to come from the same party, from the same family.
Absolutely.
So that seems to be a certain kind of a problem which is there in the Indian society, which is still very feudal. And we seem to be finding it difficult to make the transition from a feudal-based outlook towards politics towards a more democratic, broad-based system.
Right, thank you so much, Amrit, for giving us your perspective on this entire crisis that is deepened within the Samajwadi Party just ahead of the polls. For more news and updates, log on to IndianExpress.com.